Hey YouTube, it's Lift here, and I just wanted to make this rant video just about DBD in general, and just to get my thoughts out there and stuff, because I know how much people like to, know of content creators, opinions and stuff. I know tier lists are kind of a thing right now, and kind of, I would say, trendy. Nowhere near as trendy as normal stuff, but I would say they're pretty trendy because I watch them pretty often. But I have 4,000 hours in DBD statistically from PlayStation. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I would say it's pretty accurate. So I have around 4,000 hours in this game, and most people would say, that's not enough hours to know about everything, but I would say I know a good chunk of it. Like, I know, most of the sponsor palettes, I know all the tiles, I know how to loop as Survivor. Now, I'm trying to learn all the macro and micro gameplay as Killer, but I will say I'm definitely better at Survivor than I am at Killer. And currently right now I am Survivor maining, but I don't really think that means anything because I kind of play, Survivor 60% of my time, and then Killer's like 40% of my time. The other 20 is in customs, because honestly, in my opinion, customs is just so much better and more funner, and then Swift right after that. So I want to do this video. Forgive me if you guys hear any sound in my background. I wanted to just rant about DBD and stuff. So this video has no script in it at all. I might say points 1 or 3 more times, or I might repeat myself, so forgive me. But yeah, this video is just gonna be about just DBD and my thoughts. So as far, let's get into it. So as far as my opinion on the whole, is this game balanced? Is this game Killer Survivor sided? At the core, as far as what the devs are aiming for, this game is casual for sure, and the game definitely reflects that. This game is not balanced at all, but I mean, who gives a frick? This game, it's an excuse that this game is a party game, but I play kind of comply, if that's a word. So honestly, people who say, "Oh, this game's a party game," I think that's honestly an excuse. And I'm one of the guys that's really wants a ranked, like just a proper ranked game mode, but that would script the queues. So I'm completely fine with as far as not having a ranked mode, but I would really want that, just because this is my first game that I've actually took time to learn and just gather knowledge on, which I love. That as a goal for me that I've had, and I've gotten a lot of knowledge from it. So as far as ranked game mode, I would love that, and I want to share some of that knowledge that I have with you guys, and you guys can post in the comments if you guys think my opinions are based or not, and argue with me and stuff, because I like that stuff. So as far as this game is Killer Survivor sided, it's not. It's neither side. Survivors who, complain and whine, "Oh, this game is Killer sided," you're just wrong. And then Killer mains who just sit there and make 10-minute videos of just complaining and whining that, "Oh, this game is Killer sided." I mean, I can fully understand why you would think that, but I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this right now. And I'm not gonna be biased. If you're a Survivor main who complains about Killer and a Killer main who complains about Survivor, you are just bad at the video game. I'm just going to say that. And I'm the kind of, and just to put my personality out there, I'm the guy that likes to tell the truth. I can't stand people who don't tell me the truth and waste my time. So I don't want to waste any of y'all's time and say, "Oh, let me just get to the nitty-gritty and the details," because I like to simplify things, is another thing. So if you complain if the game is killer-sided, you are the problem who feeds into the negative, the us versus them thing, I feel. And yeah, this game is not killer-sided or survivor-sided. I mean, if this is a good term to use, there is one, like, maps, they will favor one side or the other. Like, you could get completely cucked as killer if you get bad ham, and as survivor you can get completely cucked if you get midwich. But I mean, I personally love midwich. I don't mind going on midwich, especially taking advantage of that god vault that splits in between the two rooms and shift teching in between it. That's a lot of fun. And some of the god palettes are also a lot of fun, especially clock tower. But that's like the only thing as far as like that I can see that could favor either side of the maps. But the devs have gone up and said that they kind of want that. They want the struggling side to be able to have a chance to win, which I personally don't think. Since I've gotten this comp mindset from this game, I personally think that is a horrible idea, because if you are losing, you deserve to lose, and so it's if you play bad, you deserve to lose. So I really don't think that's a good idea. But I mean, hey man, it exists, so we just kind of have to deal with it. So that's my thoughts on the whole us versus them. The whole, if this game is survivor-sided, I legit don't care. So my just overall opinion of the game is that if you are bad at bursting the other side, you deserve to get punished by the other side. And if you're better than them, then you're noob stomping. But hey man, that's how this game works. Most of these players that play this game are casual. Like, barely anyone is comping this game besides like small groups of friends that are on Discord or whatever, and some of the comp creator tourneys that I do see from time to time. So throughout playing this game, Initially, I was of the opinion that this game is so killer-sided because I would verse Plagues with Thana, DL, and Gift of Pain all the freaking time. Like, I don't know if I'll post this clip or not, but I literally have a clip of me running Scavenger with Gift of Pain, Thana, and DL, or Dying Light. Just all in one moment, and the gen, it seemed like the killer was cheating. The gen was not moving at all, and she had full Thana stacks because everyone was staying injured and using her counterplay. So that was my first opinion of the game, but that's when I had like 1,000 hours. Like, I just didn't know anything, and then I played Survivor more, and I'm like, bro, this game is so Survivor-sided. Like, what the frick, bro? There's so many perks that just give us free health states, you know, just free unhooks and just haste everywhere. And then I started playing Killer more, and I'm like, wait, this is super easy. Now as soon as I started winning my games and my MMR went higher, which, by the way, MMR does not exist in this game, but I'm just using it because it does kind of exist, but it does not work. When I started winning my games more and going against players who were just a tiny bit better, and I was getting just the same perk every game, DH, Deli, DS, Sprint Burst, Slide, just Windows, just all the same perks every game, I soon realized that, yeah, this game is very Survivor-sided, and I was just getting mad. And I realized soon after that, when I started playing Survivor again, I soon realized that I'm like, bro, dude, if you... Okay, well, here's another thing that I am going to get into about, you know, perks and stuff. Perks, in my opinion, if you complain about perks, that is literally the definition of a skill issue. I mean, there are some perks in this game that are completely broken, but using them together, but most perks by themselves really freaking suck. Like, the SB Vigil is insane. Like, King, one of my friends, he suggested that Vigil should be a boon and be like around 30 or 20% instead of 66. I'm like, that's actually not bad. Like, that would be but that would actually be a really good idea. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, killers would just bring Shattered Hope like all the freaking time. So I don't really know, but you know, like the Shattered Hope Penamento build. But I mean, hey, it's a good idea. Anyways, so yeah, I think perks. If you can't counter perks, you literally just have a skill issue, like on your part. Like for instance, Deli. If you have everyone single hooked, or at least like 2 people or 1 person death hook, and then 1 other person it has no hooks at all, you should suspect Deli and just not go after them and tunnel. Like do the flip flop. I don't know what it's specifically called, but the flip flop tunnel strat where you just go after 2 separate people at the same time. So to just avoid Deli. And then for shoulder, literally just even hook. If you're really that scared of shoulder the burden, just even hook. That's literally all you have to do. Because if you even hook, at least once, if you hook every single survivor once, that's kind of it. The only time they'll be able to use shoulder is to make themselves death hook, but someone else have no hooks. Which, I mean, the only time you'd ever use that is if you have a teammate that you're just trying to keep alive because they suck or something. So but I mean, even then, even if someone gets shoulder, people start complaining. Oh my pressure's gone. Oh, I'm so sad. But I mean, dude, if you're good at the killer and you have good confidence, and you know you're gonna get it down in under 30 seconds, which by the way, if you in under 30 seconds, then you will be fine. Like you'll be okay if you have high confidence in the killer. As soon as you start having that killer anxiety mid-match, which I know some of you do, as soon as you start having that, that's when, as soon as you lose, and trust me, I know 4,000 hours, I do know, I've played killer, not as much as Survivor, but I'm not ignorant to this, so if you start getting just super scared in your matches, then don't, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it literally doesn't matter, but people care about this, so I'm just going to talk about it. And people like rant videos, so might as well. But yeah, as far as perks, if you can't counter the perks, that is your fault, and you are just bad, in my opinion. If you can't counter, simple perks, and this goes for Survivor too, I'm not being biased, this goes for Survivor too, if you can't counter DMS, if you can't counter literally any of the killer perks, like Friends Till the End, when you hide into a locker before the killer gets hooked so they can't get information on you, you just suck, and you need to get better. And that's kind of the overall thing that DBD players just need to do, because most of them are casuals, they just need to get better at the game. But which goes to my next point. I think killer is easy, and the reason why is because most people are casuals who play this game, besides the few games where there's a full Swift, but even then, if you are better than them, you will win. Just a simple fact. If you are better than a Swift, you will win, and if you don't win, then you are worse than them, and you just don't know how to counter the perks that they're bringing. Like, if all of them have freaking DS, or if all of them are flashlight, just slug. And, I mean, hey man, if they all have Wiglif, then, I mean, dude, you're gonna have multiple people slugged. Like, just having one person slugged is enough pressure already. Which, by the way, if this goes into killer anxiety, if you get your down at 5 or 4 gens, you're completely fine. On average, you should get your down at your first hook, your first hook at 2 gens. And that is not a joke. I have gotten, as far as recently, I have gotten my downs at 3 or 2 gens, and whenever from this point forward, whenever I get my downs or hooks at 5 or 4 gens, I'm like, bro, this is going to be an easy freaking game. And it usually is. It is usually a very easy game. The only time when it's not is when it's, I get my first hook at 1 gen, then I'm like, oh my god, I'm cooked, and I start getting that anxiety again. But I've just kind of grown, and I just, if I know I'm losing, I'm like, dang, dude, this is my first game on, I freaking suck. Because originally I would actually just start raging and just throw stuff, but now I just simply say, dang, I freaking suck. I need to, learn all this stuff, which is what I plan on doing whenever I P100 my main, which is Lich. I plan on doing that. Just like how Survivor right now, I'm P100ing Bill, and I am currently learning all of the like clock face for maps, which I haven't been using because some of my friends don't know it, and I'm not going to subject them to that because it's they should have to because it would make it easier, but I don't expect anyone to learn any of that. So yeah, as far as that, I really don't like it when people are like that. Those people, and you know who I'm talking to, those people that don't play DBD for like an hour or two, and then they go on Twitter or Reddit and just start complaining about being literally just them being bad. that's all it is. So just for the DBD community, you guys need to get better and just saying GGs in chat and whatever you got, like PS, message them if they're not private or Anon. And if you're on PC, message them in the message box and just say GGs more, because that's what this community needs. But I honestly don't think that that's going to happen because of the devs and what they support, because they support having a fun time. That's why I advocate for a ranked mode that would, just to compare, because honestly, comp players do not rage at all. How they act is they whenever they come across a situation where they can't, like, they just don't know the outplay for it, they're like, okay, dang, this is something else to learn. And that's what people need to start doing more, is like just learning all the counterplay for every killer, because that's originally what I was. I was just getting pissed at every single killer because I'm like, bro, this is uncounterable. Like, what is this garbage? Like, the frick is this? Like, the which brings me to my next point, along with, killer is easy because of all this. Well, let me go into a little bit more because I didn't really explain it. I just kind of explained if you're a good or bad player. The reason why I think killer is easy is because, well, the evidence for, for example, win streaking, the most wins in a row for Survivor is 219, and Hens, if you guys know him, he made a video on it. He was playing with a group of his comp friends, and he won 219 games in a row, which is, I'm just going to say this right now, super, super impressive, and I don't know how the frick anyone gets 219 wins in a row. I guess, I'll tell you how, because it's freaking DBD. Because they just kind of give free wins, but it doesn't matter. Because I looked it up. Other games have not even 100. I can't think of the games top of my head, but I did research on it. Most of the games don't even have over 100, and the Survivor streak is 219. The best killer streak overall in general, the killer streak is 1992. Fact check me in the comments. 1992 wins in a row, made by this dude called Momo as Blight. And just to put this out there, they all had no restrictions. They all had a plan in what they were doing. Like, the killer brought, I think, CI or Corrupt Intervention with DMS, Painters, and Eruption with, I believe, the Blighted, Crow, and Rat add-on on Blight. Fact check me. And for Hens, I didn't watch his video, but I know that they had no restrictions, and they definitely did have a plan that how they were going to win and stuff. But either way, it doesn't matter. Him and his team got 219, and the Blighted player got 1992 wins in a row. And some people say that is insignificant and doesn't matter because killer will lose some of their games, but I'm sorry, if you're getting 1992 wins in a row, like not losing at all, compared to Survivor wins, which is 219 in a row, I'm sorry, the only conclusion that I can make is that killer is super easy. That is the only conclusion that I can make. As far as, like, Blight. But I would even go so far as to say that every killer is super easy. Like, if you use Trapper with his Bloody Coil and I think Honing Stone, or even the other Eerie Stone, which I don't know what that's called, but the other Eerie Stone, like those, you will get free wins most of the time until you verse that, Swift team that knows what they're doing. But at that point, you might as well just play normal Trapper. Which brings me to my next point. As far as win streaks on every killer, the lowest win streak is on Myers right now, and then I believe the one after him is Ghostface, which Ghostface is at 80 win streaks. Myers is at 10, which I think the reason why that stat is there is because it's on new Myers, so it kind of doesn't really, isn't really kind of a stat that you should go off of, because the new Myers got reworked literally just a few months ago. But I'll go off of Ghostface. Is 80 wins. That is the lowest killer. And then I believe Pig and Doctor are the only ones below the Survivor win streak. Every other killer, and I was skeptical at first. So I'm like, there's no way that these D tier, C tier killers are, well, from what I see, better than the Survivor, the Hens Swift. And so I checked, and I'm like, dude, most of the killers in this game have better win streaks than the Survivor win streak, which is 219. I'm like, this is weird. Why are people complaining about killer when they can clearly are better than Survivor? Because again, that's the only way I can see this, is that this win streak is just better. And so I was like, okay, there's no way. And so I started looking it up on YouTube, and I came across this guy called Shady C, all one word. He had this video where he said that killer was easy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is neat. This is a nice video. I'll go ahead and watch it, because I love rant videos. They're like my favorite video to watch. And so I watched him, and he actually, my first video I watched on him was him reacting to a video that he was watching from a third-party channel that got a aughts match that he was playing against Game, against the Clown, and Shady was just going, just throughout the whole, I believe the video was 20 minutes? No, I think it was a 10-minute video. Yeah, it was a 10-minute video of just the Clown on the game. And Shady was basically explaining that there was so many things that the Clown could have done, and he didn't do it, and he screwed up a lot. And so I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I started playing Killer for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, this is just straight up just doing tests on this. And while trying to get the Eerie one, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's kind of right. And the only reason why I say he's kind of right is because I do suck. I do suck as Killer. I haven't played, since the last rank reset, I haven't played Killer in 2 months. Or since the last 2v8, which, about a month or two. So I do suck as Killer. So a friend of mine was asking me, well, why do you think this? And I said, because it's just true. I would say the win streak is just, the win streak versus Blight and Survivor, I would say, is just a straight up fact and a stat. But some people don't see it that way, and I'm going to be completely honest, just put my opinion out there. If you are losing as Killer, you are bad. If you are losing as Survivor, you are bad. That's just the blatant, just my base, oversimplified opinion of it. If you are bad at the game and you are losing, that's literally the point. So, as far as losing, I'm going to be completely honest. If you lose your games more than you win, just think of it as, you're learning from your mistakes, because that is what you're doing. If you just started playing DBD and you're losing your games, try to bring, perks that you like, or perks that could help you. I was swiffing with a group of friends, and we didn't know how to info to each other, like, at all. We didn't really use the comm thing ever, like, at all. Like, we didn't use comms at all. So I started using Quick Gambit because, and this was old Quick Gambit when you had to be 32 meters within someone in a chase to get the effect. So I started bringing that because I would accidentally go to someone who was on the gen. Now, back then, Quick Gambit still even sucked because it was like a 5 or 4% increase to the gen while within 32 meters of a chase, which, God, that perk was horrible. So I would bring that perk because since I was so bad and our team just didn't calm to one another, I would bring that perk. But when I got better and people would say, you know, where you actually are, and since I changed Quick Gambit to just be global now, I kind of got rid of it and started bringing just DS every game, which my thoughts on DS is that it is completely and utterly balanced because, and here's my take. At the start of DBD, at the very start, who was the most broken? Who? In my opinion, I think both sides were completely broken. The game was a complete mess. They both had their ups and downs. Like, Killer could mori people on the spot. Survivors had, well, I didn't know it at the time, but infinites. So Survivors back then couldn't take advantage of it until they did, and then behavior reworked it. But nowadays, they would be infinites. Like, old Pigtree had 2 freaking windows on it. It's insane. And, yeah, Killer could just straight up camp hooks without anti-camp, and Trapper could trap hooks, because in as far as the old unhook animation, you had to unhook them in front of them. The hook never turned. So Trapper could literally just put a trap under the hook and camp. And Survivor had Prove Thyself, BMP, which you could just press 1 skill check and the gen would just get done. Old Hatch, Keys, like that. The game was so different, and both sides were so broken. So, but as far as DS was a complete necessity. I would almost go as far as to say DS needs to be base kit and be like 30 or 15 seconds off hook, or not 15 seconds. That's too short. But like 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds off hook. Because when you play Killer, what people need to understand is you can play Killer with 0 perks and still win. Like, I have done it before. You would just have to play super sweaty and know what to do. Because what people don't know is by injuring someone, if you're a high mobility killer, that is extreme pressure. Like, if you're Kaneki or Blight or Nurse or Hillbilly injuring someone, well, Hillbilly probably doesn't matter, but like those high mobility killers, if you injure someone, that's it. As soon as they have aura read on you or they have insane macro gameplay, that's it. That like you're gonna want to heal, not want to. You're gonna need to heal against a mobility killer. Like, you have to. That is a must-have. You there's no other option because high mobility killers, you're gonna go down in 2 seconds. So even injuring someone, if you're playing high mobility killers, or even a stealth killer for that matter, with Sloppy, like with Pig with Sloppy or Wraith, which I hate that playstyle, but it works. If you slug someone at the right time, that's pressure. Obviously, hooking, like immobilizing someone, is the best pressure that you can have, which is why I think that getting, like, over-committing to a chase to get a down at the start of the game is good. Because if you're a good killer and you're better than the survivor that you're chasing, they're going to go down in 15 seconds, 30 seconds. If your chase goes on for longer than, I'll say, 90 seconds, you need to get better at the killer. I'm going to be completely honest. If your first chase goes over 90 seconds, you have already lost, and you just need to get better at the killer, like going into customs or whatever, and verse spots, and like practice your mind games and stuff, or look up videos on YouTube, because I know content creators But as far as, yeah, that, if you're playing, yeah, just as a fundamental understanding, injuring, slugging at the right time, hooking in the right spot is pressure, because fundamentally what the survivor has to do if you're playing killer is one person is hooked, one person has to go get the unhook, one person's in a chase, and one person's on a gen. Just fundamentally that if you have good macro and good information, that is going to happen all the time. That's why I use Friends Till the End and Furtive, because it's just a good combo. Furtive gives you that chase and undetectable in that haste, and undetectable in chase, and Friends gives just free information, like just all the time. So another thing that you could do is kind of proxy the hook, because a survivor is going to have to come for the hook before they go second stage. If a survivor doesn't come to the hook and someone goes second stage, just honestly just leave the hook, because at that point you're going to tell them out, and that's kind of it. If a survivor dies at 2, 3, 4 gens, especially 5 gens, this that game is over. Like it is over. That's why I think killer is easy, because literally all you have to do is proxy hook or bring, or just have good macro, or just bring barbecue and lethal. That's literally all you have to do. Because again, if you are a good killer, if you are better than a survivor, you will get it down, which is most of the survivors in this game. They all suck. No offense, but yeah. So that's my take on that. I just that's just what you need to understand. Perks just help killer, like Eruption, Grim Embrace, PR, Panras, CI, DMS, like all those perks help a lot, like a lot that killers honestly don't even need. They realistically don't even need. So I encourage all of y'all to actually play a game of killer with no perks and no add-ons. Like if you main a killer, if you have them P100, I encourage you to play with 0 perks, 0 add-ons, and sweaty. Like play to win. I fully encourage that, because I want killer mains to see that it is super easy. And again, if you lose, that literally just means you got outplayed and you suck. To put it harshly, yes, you do suck, and you need to get better, because survivors will punish you for your mistakes that you make, and that is the entire point of the game. And it goes the other way. If survivors make a mistake, the killer will punish you for it. Like if you as killer, if you make this mistake, if the obsession gets unhooked and it's been 60 seconds and you go to pick them up, either you want that to happen, or you made the mistake and you accidentally picked them up, and guess what? They punished you for it and they stunned you for it, and guess what? Now they get to go to Shack and play that for 2 minutes. Along with Dead Hard, as far as M1 killers, if you suspect someone has Dead Hard, people are nowadays, in my opinion, more stupid with Dead Hard, so I really don't think people are going to wait out a whole 30 seconds just to hit Dead Hard. And as far as M2 killers like Blight or Nurse, people will complain like, oh, what are you supposed to do it against those? You're mid-power. Well, Fatigue as Nurse, or as Blight, Bake a Swing. Momo did it. If these comp players can do it, then you can. Stop complaining about random stuff and saying, oh, you can't do this. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of that. If comp players can do it, then so can you. Now, I know that there is an excuse of those players that get on for an hour and, that just got off their 9 to 5 and whatever, and that's completely fine. You have to deal with real life, and you have to play this game. That is why I think ranked mode would be so much more better, because it would split those players that get off of work and, just get on to chill. But it's not that. So That's not how it is. So those players that have to deal with life and do that, I'm sorry, but if you get on YouTube comments and Twitter and Reddit and start complaining when you have a life that you have to deal with, I'm sorry, you don't have a life. I'm gonna be completely honest. If you have the time to get on Twitter, Reddit, or in YouTube comments, or go complain in someone's Twitch stream, you just straight up, you just don't have the time to do that, which clearly means that you do have the time. So those people that do that work, and I'm like, bro, dude, either start streaming on Twitch or YouTube and do that as a job, or just stop playing the game. That's all I have to say for you. Those people that just complain but don't play the game at all, you just have no opinion. In my opinion, you have zero opinion in this at all. And I know it is extremely hard. It was hard for me to accept that I could lose in a game of DBD as killer. As Survivor, not really, because I do win some of my games because we are in a full swift against some baby killers. But I think that's just how it is. So if you don't take the time to get good at this game, you are the issue. As far as if you're the one that's complaining, you are the issue. So that's just how I think, and I've gotten this opinion from several content creators. They are amazing. Like Scott's okay. A lot of them are okay, but some of them, and I'm not gonna name some, but you know who you are. Some of the content creators just have the most, I can say it, the most stupidest opinions or takes I have ever heard of in my entire life. So yeah, honestly, I think that's it. I kind of ranted for a long time. The friggin' recording is already 36 minutes long. So I think that's it. If you guys have any opinions or counter arguments to my takes, I'm completely down with that. I love that. I love that stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the fog. See ya.